Tuesday night will be at West High School as the Wildcats take on the West High Rebels. And we're about to get underway here, and we are underway here from Powell, or from the Wildcat Arena. Zero our score just underway here. The Wildcats taking on the Panthers here. They're wearing their all-black jerseys with white trim. Wildcats trying to knock off the Panthers and remain undefeated in the district. Wildcat basketball. With the basketball will come Kel Slater working it out for a three-point shot, which is up good. Good start for the Wildcats as Oak Ridge knocks down a three-point shot with Jamison Updegraff. Hit 2 threes on Saturday night to close out the Campbell County game on Friday night, and the Wildcats have a 3-0 lead. With the basketball will come Powell. They'll work the dribble outside the line. They launch a long three. It's on its way. It's up, no good. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Coming out of there with the basketball is Kel Slater. Kel runs it, kicks it out to Jamison, back to Slater. Kel had 33 points in the win at the Powell High School gym back on December the 7th. Jamison works the ball top of the circle. Around it goes to Lucas, top of the key. He launches a three. It's good. 6-0 Oak Ridge. Back-to-back threes by the Wildcats. 6:49 to play here in the first quarter. Here comes Powell moving right to left. They'll dribble in. Free throw line jumper is up. No good. Missed that time by Aiden Green. The Wildcats have the rebound. 6-0 Wildcats. Here it goes. Top of the key again. Dribbling, driving. That's Caden Updegraff. Here it goes to Jamison for three. No good. Rebounded by the Powell Panthers. Here they come down the floor once again, swinging the ball to the right corner. Number 4, he drives in, swings the ball to the top of the circle. Around it goes to Green once again. He launches a three. It's up, no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Oak Ridge leads it 6-0. 6:15 to play first quarter. Caden Updegraff with it to Lucas Searcy, to Kel in the left corner. Kel cannot shoot. Oak Ridge will, top of the key. That's Lucas. He misses the shot. Rebounded by Powell. Eddie Wildcats have yet to try to get the ball inside. Here comes Aiden Green down the floor. He's going to dribble right. The ball is knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Oak Ridge's basketball. Wildcats coming down the floor. Kel Slater works the ball across the line. 6-0 is our score. 5:55 to play here in the first period for the basketball. Once again, it comes to Oak Ridge. Out to the top it goes. Three-pointer again. This one is no good. Wildcats have the ball knocked out of bounds. Oak Ridge has fallen in love with the three-point shot here, Mark.
Yeah, they have. So, hopefully they'll start dropping for them a little bit more. They're currently 2 of 5 from beyond the three-point line, but that's the only shots they've taken.
Another missed shot by the Wildcats. Here comes Powell pushing it up the floor, and then they turn the ball over. Back down the floor once again will come the Wildcats. Out to the top of the circle once again. And another turnover.
Yeah, Kel Slater called for a turnover there, David, as he was making a spin move and just landed on a shoe of another one of the Panthers, and so he kind of just fell to the ground.
6-0 is our score. We'll get the scoring of the girls' game a little bit later on as they put up their shot up. It's good, 6-2. Now the Wildcats need to get in their offense here. I think Lady Wildcats watched. Here's another three from the outside. This one's good. You can't complain when they go in, but you'd like to be a little bit more patient with the offense. But, I was looking at the three-point stats here as a breakdown of the defense. They get the ball inside. Here's a shot. It's up. No good. Foul's going to be called. I was looking at the stats of the Wildcats coming into this game and the three-point shooting that the Wildcats have done this year. Lucas Searcy has 26 threes. Jamison Updegraff has 25. Kel Slater has 22. Brennan Scott has 23. I can't remember 4 players on the same team with 20 or more threes, at least on an Oak Ridge team. We've had some great shooters, but not typically that this many as the first free throw is up and it's good.
That's tremendous balance by, the three-point shot by you listed at least 4 players there, David.
Back to the free throw line. We apologize for no sound on the YouTube stream once again. 9-3, 9-4 as the free throw is good. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge. And Wildcats have the lead.
Caden Updegraff with the three-pointer, David, as the boys Wildcats take a 14-4 lead here in the first quarter. Powell gets the ball inside. No good by number 2. Gets his own rebound back up. That's Austin Hurd. So he has his first 2 points of the ball game. Lucas Searcy with his third three-pointer. He's now 3 of 4 from the line, and they're going to call a charge. Great job by Darren Osborne getting set up to take that charge. Aiden Green will pick up his first foul. That'll be the team foul number 1 for the Panthers. As coming into the game for the Wildcats will be, let's see, number 20, Brendan Scott. Also checking in, let's see, Flip Thompson. Wildcats with the ball at the top of the key. Lucas Searcy, he'll drive in. He'll take a shot up. No good. Rebounded by the Powell Panthers. Oak Ridge leads 17-6 as Powell comes the other way. They take a shot from the top of the key. It's up and it's good. There's a three-pointer by Eli Walls. That's his first 3 points of the ball game as Oak Ridge now leads 17-9 with 3:29 remaining in the first quarter. Oak Ridge comes the other direction. Now Flip Thompson has it. Gives off to Kel Slater. Over to Lucas Searcy, who drops it down to Brendan Scott. Brendan Scott brings it back out on the left side. He'll set up a play for the Wildcats. Decide to go in. Nice drive there by Brendan Scott. Layup up, no good. Rebounded by the Powell Panthers. Powell comes the other direction with number 4. That's Eli Walls. He'll take a three-pointer. Up, no good. Rebounded, tipped around, received by the Powell Panthers. They'll take another shot, number 2. That's Austin Hurd. This one drops for him as he now has 4 points, and the Wildcats lead is now cut to 17-11. So Lucas Searcy takes yet another 3 up, no good. Powell Panthers on the rebound. Powell comes the other direction. Number 22, he'll take a shot from the free throw line, up, no good. Rebounded, corralled by Caden Updegraff. Wildcats come the other direction. Flip Thompson gives it over to Brendan Scott. He'll take a 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Powell.
I can't believe they continue to shoot the threes like this. I mean, they're not even really trying to work the ball inside.
No, they're not, David. Very, very little effort made for that. They're going to kind of, I guess, try to live and die by the threes. Fortunately, it's working out for them so far, but Powell's coming back on them. It's only now a 6-point lead for the Wildcats.
We apologize for the internet issues we have in the Wildcat Arena. We apologize for the sound issues on the YouTube stream as well. Mark, you're sounding good, though. 17-11 the score, 2:04 to play first quarter. Oak Ridge basketball, Lucas Searcy with it over to Kel Slater outside the line. The Wildcats need to work their offense here. They work the ball out to Brendan Scott. Their offense sometimes is the 3-point shot, and there's a great offensive play right there. Flip Thompson dribbles in, saw his teammate cutting the baseline. The Wildcats, one of the first times they've gotten the bucket inside the paint.
Yeah, great job. Is now Powell takes a 3-pointer up and no good by Eli Walls. He's now 1 of 3 from 3-point land for the Panthers.
Flip has the rebound. Bounce pass goes to Caden Updegraff. Caden in the paint. Turns, spins, cannot shoot. Flip's got a 3. It's on its way. It's up. No good. Tipped and taken away momentarily by Caden. Saved by Aiden Green. Aiden drives in. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Powell. Looked like he stepped out of bounds. They'll set up their offense once again. Powell trails by 8, 19-11. They work the ball in, driving with it. Here comes a floating shot, and a travel is going to be called against the Powell Panthers. 1:08 to play here. You know, forever and ever, Mark, we have wanted to stream the home ball games. Even when we're plugged into the school's internet, we cannot get a good signal.
Yeah, I guess we're just not living right yet, David. We keep trying. We keep, trying to make changes, but when the lights come on, something always fails for us.
Unfortunately, but at least we keep trying. Here's another 3, and it's good. 3-point shot again by the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge is just putting in the 3-pointers tonight.
Lucas Searcy has 12 points, David. He's 4 of 6 from beyond the 3-point line.
Yeah, Steve Youngkin might be worried a little bit. The record is 9 in a ball game for Oak Ridge, and Lucas already with 4. I was talking about that, and as the Panthers launch a shot, it's up no good. Rebounded by Kell. Here come the Wildcats up by 11. Here's Lucas again driving in. He's feeling it. He's driving. He goes in for the shot. This one's a layup. Just a mere 2-pointer that time for Lucas Searcy.
14 points in the first quarter. That's an impressive night so far, David.
24-11, and he has just had a milestone with that bucket. And here come the Wildcats back the other way. 14 seconds to play. And another foul is going to be called with 7 seconds. Lucas Searcy has just gone over 500 career points in his career, and he now has 80 career three-pointers. So congratulations to Lucas Searcy as Oak Ridge goes to the free throw line with Caden Updegraff. 7.8 seconds, 24-11 the score, Oak Ridge in the lead. Caden's free throw is good. Powell substituting players in and out. Wildcats in the lead by 14 first quarter points, 25-11. 7.8 seconds. Wildcats trying to go for the triple sweep. It's always good when you triple sweep anybody, but especially the Powell Panthers, as the free throw by Caden is good. And the Wildcats lead now is 26-11. Here come the Panthers down the floor. Here comes Aiden Green driving in, and I think that's going to be a block. The bucket, let's see. As Aiden went driving in, he's a great receiver for the state champion Powell team. The bucket was good. He'll go to the free throw line. He was the leading scorer in the first ball game, played at Powell, and one of the top players on their state championship football team. What a tremendous student section we have here tonight, as the free throw is good.
Yeah, it really is, David. I love seeing, as I talk every time, love seeing a great student section, and we've kind of struggled here of years late, but glad to see a great one tonight.
26-14 after one. We'll be back with the second quarter in a moment.
Ortho Tennessee Oak Ridge shows our commitment to orthopedic excellence by providing on-site physical therapy, telemedicine, and a podiatrist on staff. We strive to take care of all your orthopedic needs in a professional and efficient manner with the respect you deserve. Ortho Tennessee Oak Ridge, serving the East Tennessee area for over 35 years and a proud supporter of high school athletics. Check us out on Facebook, online at osoortho.com, or call us at 865-481-2541 to schedule your appointment today.
Mortgage Investors Group at the Oak Ridge office. We love our community and Oak Ridge Wildcat basketball. We pride ourselves in taking the same winning tradition in helping you find the perfect mortgage loan for your family. Ask for Norma Sheldon, Jackie Pullen, Shannon Ochiltree, Mandy Henry, or Darren Osborne at 865-482-8910, or visit us online at mortgageinvestorsgroup.com. Tennessee Mortgage License Number 109111. MIG is an equal housing lender.
26-14 is our score. The Wildcats get the ball first here in the second quarter. Wildcats come out with Lucas Searcy, Kel Slater, Darren Osborne. Darren's got it on the left block. He's going to drive into the baseline, wanted to spin and turn. And before that, a whistle blows and looks like a personal foul called against Powell.
Yeah, that'll be against D. Kennebrew, David. That'll be his first, team third of the ball game, as Oak Ridge will have the ball under their own basket.
I apologize. I'm getting slammed here. I apologize for the sound issues we have here. We'll do better on their next ball game. We've got a away game at West, and we apologize. We have trouble with our home games. It's the away games. We'll get it right next time. I apologize. But thanks for listening on prepradio.com. 28-14 is our score. 7:35 to play here in the second quarter. The Wildcats coming down the floor, and they hit a bucket.
Nice bucket there by Kel Slater, David. As Powell comes the other way, they put up a shot, no good. That's by Austin Hurd, rebounded by the Wildcats. Wildcats come the other direction with Kel Slater, puts up a shot, no good, rebounded by Powell. Powell will come the other direction. They cross midcourt, give it up to the top of the key. They work it over to the left-hand side to number 24, Noah Brewer in the game. He gets it over to, let's see, Eli Walls. Walls up to 13 on the top of the key. Walker over to Austin Hurd. Hurd back over to Aiden Green. Aiden Green looks to penetrate. He goes down the lane, pulls to the left side, shot up, and good. That's a nice shot. He has another 2 points. That'll get him to 5 on the night, as the Wildcats now lead 30-16. Coming the other direction, the Wildcats have it. Lucas Searcy on the left-hand side. He looks for someone to give it to. It'll be Darren Osborne trying to get open. Powell will deflect the ball out of bounds, so the Wildcats will have the ball side midcourt. So on the side,
6 minutes.
Go ahead, David.
6 minutes, 19 seconds to play second quarter. 30-16 is the score. And the Wildcats will have the basketball. Jamison up to Graff. Will work the ball in from side front court. He works the ball in. It comes to Darren Osborne. Back to Caden. Caden top of the circle over to Kell. Kell had 33 points the first time the two teams played. This time he's going to work the ball inside to Darren Osborne, who drives in for a layup. Good. They gambled a little bit on defense right there, and they paid for it.
Give Darren Osborne all the credit, David. He worked really hard to get open there.
He had a career night the first time we played Powell. He scored 14 points in that ball game. And he was a big reason the Wildcats won by 10 as they launched one up good. 32-18. One thing that I know that Coach Green will be a little bit concerned about when we play the teams like Clinton. You know, Clinton's got guys that hit 12 and 13 threes themselves during the course of the ball game, is to play better, solid defense at times. The Wildcats have given up a lot of threes. We were down in Cleveland the other night, and one kid knocked down 4 threes in the first quarter against us and ended up, with about 6 in the ball game. McMinn County hit 14 or so in the game against us. That's one thing the Wildcats will have to shore up. As Flip drives left, gives it up in the corner. They're doing a much better job on Kell, but this time he launches a 3 and knocks it down. Kell Slater with another big shot. 35-18, the Wildcats in the lead.
Kell now with 5 points. That's his first 3 of the night as Powell comes the other direction. Aiden Green gets another 2 for them. He now has 7.
This Powell team is the only team that beat West during the course of the year as Oak Ridge works it out to Flip. He's going to shoot a 3. No good. Flip hadn't knocked down a 3 since that first night where he hit 6 in the ball game as the Panthers come down the floor and they hit a shot and the ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch they said by Oak Ridge. But what I was telling Flip on the show on Wednesday, though, is I think after that first game, I think that the teams are a little bit more aware who Flip Thompson is, and they're guarding him a little bit more aggressively.
Yeah, they are. But, I enjoy watching him. He just has such a casual three-point shot. He just kind of, whatever. I'll just throw it up, and, typically it goes in for him.
Wildcats up by 15 here, 35-20. Three-point shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Coming out of there with the basketball. Come the Wildcats. Kell Slater. He's going to drive right to the hole, and that's a blocking foul. The guy underneath the baseline, on the baseline, was about to call initially a block, but then he looked out and to the other official, Porter, and he thought he was going to call a charge, but they went with the block, and Oak Ridge will go to the free throw line. 35-20. Been all Oak Ridge in this one so far, much like it was in the girls' game, and I know you and I haven't had a whole lot of time to talk about anything as the timeout is asked for, so why don't we hold it right here. Big win for the Lady Wildcats today, and we'll get that scoring at halftime. 35-20 here. The guys, it's always great when you beat Powell, is it not?
Yeah, it really is. Just a great rivalry, David. Both the boys and the girls. I mean, boys play tough. Girls are just, exceptional typically at Powell. So great game, great rivalry, and great team atmosphere.
I'm kind of looking forward to going back over to West on Tuesday. We haven't been over there in, several years. They were in our district until about 2009. Then they went back to District 4. And they're on our district now, and they're one game behind Oak Ridge, depending on what's going on tonight. I'm just glad that Knox County is letting Knox County play tonight. This game was canceled 2 days ago, but the Knox County schools caught a lot of pressure from people, especially, it isn't a weather-related event, and it's not a staffing event because it's our home ball game, and they were going to penalize us as Kell misses both free throws. But I'm just glad Knox County relented and let the Knox County teams play tonight. Yeah,
I agree, David. I mean, like you said, it's my understanding that Knox County is out because of school, or rather teacher sickness, not student sickness. So no reason why the students can't play.
As they get a shot inside, up no good. Rebounded by Kell, or Brennan Scott, that is. Brennan's going to bring the ball down the floor. Brennan outside the line. He wanted to launch. Brennan loves to shoot the basketball, but here in the last couple ball games, he's been driving to the hole, which is a great part of his game. Here's a lob down low. Wildcats turn the ball over. Here comes Powell down the floor. They trail Oak Ridge by 15, 35-20. They get a 3 off. It's up, and it's good. Made good by number 24 for them, Bryce Jardette. And the Wildcat lead is 35-23. Wildcat defense gives up a lot of threes, and that concerns me. It really does. 35-23 the score, 3:42 to play here in the second quarter. Here's a turnover. The Wildcats turn the ball over. The Wildcats have got there's a steal right back, though, by Oak Ridge. Wildcats have got to be more careful as Brennan guns one from the baseline. It's up, no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats, and that's Lucas Searcy back up with a shot, no good. This time a rebound foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. The other night, I don't know if you heard this, but Lucas Searcy had 18 rebounds in a ball game. That's incredible.
Yeah, it really is. That's getting it done on both ends of the court, which is exactly what Coach Green wants to see.
35-23 the score, 3:21 to play second quarter. Wildcats trying to remain undefeated in the district. Oak Ridge, the only undefeated team in the district coming into this one. This Powell brings it in for another shot, which is good. And now it is 35-25. Wildcat defense giving up some points here. Wildcats trapped here. That's Jamison. Timeout is asked for by Coach Green. What about the Lady Wildcats here tonight, Mark?
They had a great game, David. They started out. I wasn't able to listen to your interview with Coach Taylor, but I got to talk to her just very briefly. And said big difference between the first meeting. She was like, "You think?" So Lady Wildcats had a great night. Samaj Clark led all scorers for the Lady Wildcats, she led scorers. She had 21 points. Jenna Johnston had 19. Let's see.
Don't do it yet here. We'll wait till halftime to get it all in here. I just wanted your comments. Did you one thing what she told me? She said several players, including one main one from Powell, wouldn't even shake her hand after the game.
Wow, that's unfortunate, but not surprising. And I think I know who the one player would be.
35-25 is our score here. It's a 10-point game, 3:04 to play, and you would be right, as the Wildcats will try to work the ball in with Jamison up to Graff. He fires a pass, is deflected and taken away. Wildcats have got to get a little bit better. There's a little contact there, and they put up another shot. Good. Wildcats have hit a little lull here in the second quarter. Sloppiness is the best way to describe it. Wildcats got comfortable shooting these threes just like this, and it's very easy as the ball is knocked out and a foul is going to be called. It's very easy to get lazy when you're just planting yourself outside the three-point line, and you gotta play hard. As the Wildcats still have the lead though, but it was 15 and now it's only 8. 35-27 the score, 2:44 to play here in the first half. Oak Ridge basketball momentarily. Wildcats haven't got the ball in, and they're going to turn it over again. Here come the Panthers down the floor. They can close the gap even further as they work the ball inside against Darren Osborne. Spinning shot, it's the rim, good. And it's now 35-29. Sloppiness, too many turnovers here, Mark.
Yeah, and, missed shots and not getting the rebounds. The Wildcats, they're going to have to hit the glass because, they're taking these threes, and usually long shots have long rebounds, and I don't think the Wildcats are getting the rebounds that they need tonight.
Here comes Oak Ridge. They'll turn the ball over again, then they get the ball right back. The ball's loose on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball, the alternate possession era. Wildcats, it's the turnovers right here. Wildcats have gotten sloppy with their passing, and Oak Ridge will substitute a few players in the ballgame. Flip's going to come in. Caden and Jamison up to Graff are in the ballgame. Kell stays in. Here come the Panthers down the floor. They can cut the lead further. It was 15. It's now 6, 35-29. Flip Thompson in the ballgame for the Wildcats. Lucas still in. With the basketball will come the Panthers. They get a 3 off. It's on its way. Good. 3-point shot. I was concerned when the Wildcats were just launching threes that they were getting that, they were not really, and there was a lazy pass right there, almost picked off. The Wildcats have it. I was concerned. It's so easy to fall in love with the 3-point shot. As Jamison takes it, was shot good. It's a nice shot by Jamison Updraft. That stops the bleeding for a second. 37-32 the score. Here comes Powell down the floor. Wildcats got to play better defense, too. Here's Aiden Green off the glass. Good. 37-34 the score. Back to a 3-point game. The Wildcats with the basketball. Another turnover almost. Yep, they turned the ball over. Too sloppy with their passing. Layup, good. And now it's 37-36. And I'm surprised Coach Green hasn't called a timeout. And here's just another 3. And that's, I don't even know what to say, Mark. I mean, they were up by 15. It's almost like a 14. I think it's like a 14-2 run right now, or something like 12-2 run right now. The Wildcats are going to get a steal here. 51 seconds to play. Wildcats with it. Kel Slater drives in. That's a foul. Yeah, very nonchalantly. Kel just runs into the Panthers. 37-36. Wildcats just can't show up and try to win a ball game like that.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. It looks like you're just kind of going through the motions right now, and that's not how you win basketball games. I mean, we saw what the Lady Wildcats did earlier. They played as a team, and they dominated the entire game.
They can take the lead right here. They miss it. Rebound by Lucas Searcy. Wildcats up by 1, 37-36. 30 seconds to play. Another three. Jamison Updegraff missed it. There's 25 seconds to go here. Why not play for the final shot there? 37-36. Looking at Coach Green, he's not too happy. They're not going to get a nice conversation from Coach Green. As the Wildcats nearly had a steal there. Powell's going to take the lead right here as they work the ball in for the shot. No good. With 6 seconds, the Wildcats in the lead by 1. It was 15. 3 seconds. Caden at the buzzer. No good as the first half comes to a close. A terrible second quarter for the Wildcats, Mark. Wildcats were up 26-14. For an attitude with the Wildcats here. Wildcats, Kel Slater had 33 points the first time the two teams played. Well under that right now as the Wildcats have the basketball. Working their offense a little bit more patiently here with the basketball. Caden Updegraff to Jamison. The Wildcats passed up a three. Now Jamison shoots, it's up, no good. Rebounded by Powell. Wildcats got a good look that time, just wouldn't go for Jamison. Here come the Panthers. They can take their first lead of the ball game. Wildcats led 9-2 at one time, 11-4. Now only lead by 1, 37-36. Aiden Green with the basketball. Dribbles in, works the ball along the baseline, turning, spinning, driving shot. Good, and Powell has the lead, 38-37. Wildcats with the basketball. Here it goes once again to Caden. Over to Kel. Kel's got to do some more driving and shooting. Here's a three-point shot. Good. That's what Kel needs to do. Kel didn't take enough shots, I don't think, in the first half.
Yeah, you said driving and shooting. Well, he passed on the driving and decided to do the shooting.
40-38. The Wildcats back up by 2. 7 minutes to play, third period. Here comes the Panthers for three. It's good. And the Wildcats trail now 41-40. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. The Wildcats give up way too many threes. Wildcat Oak Ridge trailing by 1, 41-40. Big district ball game. This is a huge district game as Kel goes to the paint this time. Missed a shot. Lucas has the rebound. Back up with it. Short. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Caden has it. And then a foul is going to be called against Powell. 6:32 to play third quarter. Powell on top 41-30. Oak Ridge was up 35-20. They were up 35-18, actually. So they were up by 17 points at one point, Mark, in this ball game. But now they trail by 1 as Caden Updegraff goes to the free throw line. Toss, good. Tie ball game, 41-41.
Caden now with 8 points in the ball game, David. He remains perfect at the line. He's 3 of 3.
41-41 the score. Back to the free throw line will go the senior. Shot, you jinxed him there, Mark Haste.
I take full credit for that air ball.
41-41 the score. Here come the Panthers down the floor, moving left to right, wearing their all-black jerseys with white and orange trim. 41-41. The Wildcats will travel to West on this coming Tuesday night. That game will be on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. Breakdown on the defense there. They got an easy baseline drive, but they missed a shot there. But they allowed the baseline, and the Wildcats have got to play a little bit more aggressive. The Wildcats look like they're asleep on the floor, and there's a near turnover by the Wildcats. Here's a three by Caden. No good. Rebound to the Wildcats. Here's Jamison with it. Jamison thought about driving the baseline. The Wildcats will set it up. Jamison drives in, pulls up at the free throw line, gives it back out to Kel. 41-41 the score. 5 minutes, 52 seconds to play. Third quarter action here at the Wildcat Arena. District 3 action here as the Wildcats work it out to Jamison Updegraff. Back to Kel. Kel doing a good job. Penetrates, drives in for the layup. Good. Kel Slater scores. That's what he did at Powell, and the Wildcats have the lead 43-41, but they give up another three. It's good. I'm telling you, the Wildcats give up way too many threes. They've got to shore that up, or, a hot team like this he's going to beat them. And the Wildcats have just got to do a better job of that. They give up way too many threes. And I know I sound like I'm being critical, but, in the games the Wildcats have struggled, it's because they've given up the three ball. They've got to shore that up.
Yeah, they do. They just got to extend their defense a little bit more and definitely be more aggressive beyond the three-point line. They're just kind of a little too casual about, just watching the three go up and kind of hoping that it's not going to go in.
Powell's a very well-coached team. I mean, he does a great job with them. I mean, he's always done a great job with the Powell Panthers. So if anybody thinks this is a slouch team, this is a team, their record is not great, but they beat West, and West only has one loss in the district schedule. And, we play West on Tuesday. The Wildcats are the only undefeated team. Powell trying to be a spoiler right now as the Wildcats set it up to Caden Updegraff. Caden holds the ball, gives it out to Darren Osborne. To Kelly, blows past his defender, goes in for the shot. Good. Man, Aiden Green was caught flat-footed there, Mark.
Yeah, it was. Really nice job as he went under the basket, used the rim as a defender as the Wildcats get the rebound on the Powell side.
I heard Coach Green say, oh, nice play, Oak Ridge. Kell gives up the ball to Caden Updegraff, and that's some great offense right there.
Yeah, that's the team kind of ball that we saw in the earlier game, David.
Here they come down the floor. Here's a shot. Up, no good. Rebounded by Darren Osborne. The Wildcats by 3 now, 47-44. The Wildcats a couple stops back-to-back. Kell gets a wide-open three. Boy, they needed it. It's no good. Rebounding for the Powell Panthers. They pull it down with number 2 for them. That's Austin Hurd. Down the floor will come Green. Works the ball right in front of the Powell bench to our right. Bounce pass down low on the right block. They'll turn. They'll spin. They want to shoot. Here's a fadeaway jumper. No good. Tip back up, no good. A very poor decision, I think, by the Panthers as the ball is knocked out of bounds by Powell. He was bound and determined to shoot that ball. He really didn't have a good shot. That was really good defense by Oak Ridge. Shouldn't have shot it.
Yeah, Darren Osborne did a great job of defending him, just really causing him a lot of problems and did not give him a clean shot, but he was bound and determined, just like you said, to take a shot.
47-44 the score. The Wildcats by 3 with the ball. Here it goes out to Jamison Updegraff. Jamison works it over to Kell. Kell got a screen from Darren. Backs up into the midcourt circle. Now attacks, pulls up, shoots, guns. Good. And all of a sudden, Kell Slater has caught fire when they've needed him to, Mark. Wildcats back up by 5.
Yeah, he's got 14 points, David. 9 of those in the third quarter here. And we're just barely through half of it.
Panthers outside the three-point line. 3:50 to play here in the third quarter. 49-44 Wildcats. Panthers, Aiden Green works the ball to the right block. They work the ball on the baseline. Here's a deflection and a steal by the Wildcats. Picked up by Jamison. Pulls up and shoots a three. Good! 3-point shot for Jamison Updegraff. And the Wildcats, just like that, have the lead back up 51-44. And Jamison, a wide-open three. I believe that's his third of the ball game.
Actually, they counted it as a 2, David, and that's his third two-pointer of the game.
Missed shot by Powell, and then underneath a collision. And let's see if Aiden Green's okay. He is stretching down underneath the Oak Ridge goal and holding his, I think it's just a cramp here. 51-44 the score. Did we ever find out, or is there any way we can find out what the final score of the girls' game officially was?
I would think that we would have to look at the official scorebook. So maybe Coach Taylor could give us the official final score.
Yes, she can, as we wait for Aiden to get aided. Here, 51-44 the score. The Wildcats trying to hold on and win yet another district ball game. The Wildcats come in at 4-0 in the district, 13-3 overall. The Panthers trying to win their 8th game of the year. They are 2-2 in district play. They lost to Campbell County this past Friday in double overtime up there. It's a tough place to play. The Wildcats jumped on Campbell County in the second quarter. They struggled in the first quarter, and that's one thing the Wildcats, when they're on the road, they seem to play a little bit more aggressive sometimes. I think after watching the Lady Wildcats dismantle the Powell Lady Panthers, just annihilate the Lady Panthers, I think the guys just thought in front of this big home crowd that they would just kind of show up against this Powell team. But Powell's good. Powell's always been good. They've always given us fits. In fact, Coach Green has lost more games to Powell than any other team. He's lost 8 games to the Panthers. And here's the toss. The first one was no good. The second one is good. And it's now 51-45, a 6-point game. Wildcats come quickly down the floor, and another foul is going to be called against the Powell Panthers. I like our Oak Ridge student section, considering this is only our 5th home game. We've been on the road 12 times. The Oak Ridge students are loving it as Oak Ridge's Kel Slater goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's definitely the most concentrated group in the gym. David, is the Oak Ridge student section. Love seeing it as Kel Slater's first shot is up and good.
Well, as you always talk about, and we've talked about, Powell's a great rivalry in all sports. So I think the Powell game's always going to bring out people. But I wait till the Clinton Dragons roll in. We play them on February the 4th and then February the 14th. I cannot wait. This place is going to be full as the Wildcats once again watch the Panthers just get an easy layup, and it's 53-47, back to a 6-point game. Wildcat defense has got to shore up. Here's Flip driving in for the shot. Good. Great drive there by Flip Thompson.
Yeah, just kind of a little underhanded shot there. Didn't look like it was going to go in, but it kisses it nicely off the top of the glass, and it drops well in for the Wildcats.
8-point lead for the Wildcats, 2:40 to play third quarter. Powell with the basketball outside the three-point line. The Wildcats playing with, looks like Lucas Searcy, Jamison Updegraff, Caden Updegraff, Flip Thompson, and Kel Slater. 2:28 to play third quarter, 55-47 the score. Wildcats trying to play hard defense here. I don't know if you saw the Channel 6 news report on the Updegraff twins. It was kind of funny, as typical. They're funny anyway, as they get a shot up, good, and a foul is going to be called. Wildcat defense, which has kind of been the stellar part of this basketball team, giving up over almost 50 points here, and we're still in the third quarter, and Coach Green's not going to like that. But they did a little story on, twins on the team, which, I've done too with my interviews with them. But great kids, great young men, and great futures ahead of them. As the Wildcats lead is cut to 5, 55-50. And it'll be the Wildcats coming down the floor. Panthers substituting out of the ball game. Eli Walls checks out. The Wildcats trying to sweep the season series with the Panthers. Oak Ridge won by 10 at Powell, but the Wildcats struggle on this one as Oak Ridge lobs it into Lucas. That's nice. A great play by the Wildcats.
Great penetration there by Lucas Searcy, and Wildcats able to get him the ball. Lucas now with 16 in the ball game.
57-50 the score. Panther basketball. The Wildcats in the lead here. 1:51 to play. They'll drive in, get a wild shot up. No good, but Wildcats can't get the rebound. The ball's kicked away and taken away by the Wildcats. Oak Ridge got to do a better job on the glass. His Flip almost throws the ball away. It's in pass intended, but knocked out of bounds. The Oak Ridge basketball side court. We appreciate you listening to our broadcast on prepradio.com. And we're also on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. 57-50 the score. 1:39 to play in the third period. Brennan Scott is back in the ball game for the Wildcats. Need to get him scoring here. He's had some pretty good back-to-back ball games for the Wildcats. Here's Kel pulling up and shooting a three. No good. Maybe a little quick on that one. Here come the Panthers down the floor. 57-50 the score. With the basketball will come the Panthers. 1:29 to play third quarter. 7-point Oak Ridge lead. Eli Walls with the basketball. Drives in. Floating 8-footer is good. Walls not a bad player at all.
No, he's not. He's got 9 points in the ballgame, David. Just very smooth. I like seeing the way he penetrates.
57-52 the score. Lucas in the corner to Kel. See if he spreads them out here. 1:08 to play. The Wildcats. Slater with it. Top of the key. Works into Flip. Flip drives in. No place to go except to Brendan Scott, who launches a three. It's up. No good. Wildcats missed from the corner. Here comes Powell down the floor. They can cut the lead again. Free throw line jumper is good. Once again, that's Walls. Can't fall in love with that three. Mark Hayes. We did that in the first half. 57-54 the score. Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats lob it into Lucas. Lucas turns, spins, shoots. Blocking foul is going to be called by Mr. Porter against the Powell Panthers, and that'll send Lucas to the line with 2 shots. 39.2 seconds to play, third quarter. This game is way too close here, Martin. Closer than it should be. 57-54 the score.
Yeah, it is. That individual number 13, Caleb Walker, called for what I would call a flop rather than a block, as Lucas Searcy, his free throws up and good. Lucas now with 17 points in the ballgame. He was on fire in the first quarter. He had 14 points in the first quarter. He did not score at all in the second quarter.
Way short on the free throw there. The Wildcat lead is 4, 58-54. We need some stops on defense. Wildcats in the lead by 4. The Wildcats, 32 seconds to play. The Wildcat defense, which has been so good all season long, needs to get aggressive here. 25 seconds to play. Powell with the basketball. Number 2 with it, Austin Hurd. Hurd guarded out high by Caden up to Graff. They work it out to Green, harassed there by Flip. He falls down, almost double dribbles the basketball, slings it to his left with 13 seconds to play. They drive to the left corner. Good defense there by Oak Ridge, but then they get the ball inside too easily to Walls. Way too easy, and it's a 2-point game at 58-56.
And there's a stoppage in play. I'm not quite sure how or why, but as part
injury
of that.
timeout, injury for Aiden Green. He's limping out of the game.
Okay.
4.8 seconds to play, third quarter. Kel turns the ball over, and they tie the game on a dunk. Turnover will do it, and the basket should count.
It does not. They waved it off.
58-56 our score after 3 quarters. We'll come back with the fourth and final quarter in 60 seconds.
I'm Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 state championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5559 or at betsycolemanrealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
How do you say the name? TN Bank?
Nope.
Tin Bank? So what is it?
Ten Bank. 10, as in Tennessee. Right here where all our banking decisions are made. Not some corporate office in who knows where. 10 Bank partners with small businesses in our community to help them grow.
Really?
Yes, that's local banking from 10 Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Come in, discover the difference of an independent insurance agency. Fox Insurance Group, Oak Ridge.
58-56 our score here. The Wildcats, as I've said all along here, ripe for an upset right here. The Powell Panthers have made it a close ball game. The Wildcats, it's an energy level thing. The Wildcats just don't seem to have a lot of energy. With the basketball will come the Panthers. They trail by 2, 58-56. Panther basketball. Walls guarded out high. Works the ball to the right corner. Lucas guards the man in the corner. Holding the ball, now dribbling left. The Wildcats back out to Walls. Walls dribbles in. Wanted to shoot. Is going to get a fadeaway jumper. Good, and ties the ball game. 58-58 the score. Down the floor of the basketball will come the Wildcats. Wildcats need a good offensive set here. The Wildcats work the ball left corner. Lucas for 3. No good. That's not the shot they needed. It was a contested shot, and the Panthers can take the lead here. 58-58 the score. Here's Walls once again. One-man wrecking crew. This time he misses fires, and the rebound is pulled away by the Wildcats. They've done a better job boxing out against the Wildcats, and the ball is knocked out of bounds, they say, by Oak Ridge. 58-58 the score. The Wildcats in a 58-58 ball game, 7-11 to play. I apologize once again. I know people are bombarding me with I apologize for the sound. We'll get it going the next ball game, I assure you. 58-58 the score. Powell with the basketball. Walls guarded up high by Flip Thompson. Dribbles in. Right side. Flips. Just kind of tied him up. Really nice play there by Flip Thompson.
Yeah, Flip did a great job of getting his hand on the ball. I mean, it looked kind of violent, but there was no foul involved at all because he had all ball as the Powell Panther just tried to go up for a shot, and Flip, with his strength, was able to stop it. Now he's being looked at by the Oak Ridge trainer.
7:05 to play in the ball game, 58-58. Powell played a double overtime game last Friday at Campbell County. The Wildcats almost turned the ball over there. Here comes Lucas to Kell. Dribbles out. He misfired. I thought he was going to shoot a 3 there, but he elected not to. Backs it up once again. Thought about driving. Works the ball to his right. The Wildcats in a tie game. Kel Slater splits the defense, turning, spinning, fires up a shot to Lucas Sarcy, who goes off the glass with it. Good. Nice play by Kel. He penetrated and got the bucket, and Oak Ridge leads 60-58. Here comes Powell down the floor. It's defense where the Wildcats need to do something here. Wildcats have given up 58 points here, which is higher than they want to give up as they get another easy layup just over the top. Using their advantage, Walls once again, and it's 60-60. Wildcats with 6:14 to play, holding on. You know, they were up 17 at one point in this game, but lost their energy level. I think, and I've said it all along, and, you know, the game's long as the Wildcats are going to come cross-court with it. Brendan Scott's going to drive in, get a 10-footer up, way short. Rebounded, though, by Oak Ridge. Back up with it. No good. Rebounded by Powell. They can retake the lead. I thought the Wildcats fell in love with the three-point shot as the Wildcats, what's going to be the call? I thought it would have been a charge, I think, initially, but I think they're going to call a personal foul on Jamison Updegraff. 60-60 our score, 5:46 to play, and a timeout is asked for. Let's hold it right here, Mark. I just think that things came too easy for him in the first half, and then they lost their energy level. That's just the only thing I can say. They were up by 17 at one point, just launching in threes, looking good. But then since that time, Powell has recovered, and right now it's Powell's game to win.
Yeah, I think that, a team can fall in love with the three very early and just think that, hey, these things are dropping. This game is easy, and they're just assuming that it's going to stay that way. And, it typically doesn't. I mean, typically, teams kind of go through streaks of hitting threes. And that's kind of exactly what happened with the Wildcats is they were hitting them early and then they weren't. And so you got to kind of quickly come up with a plan B.
Defense has been a key, too. I mean, they cannot stop Eli Walls. He's just driving to the goal at will. And they're out rebounding Oak Ridge. Their positioning has been fantastic.
Yeah, Eli Walls has 10 points in the second half. He had 5 at the end of the first half. He's already gotten 15, and there's still 5:46 remaining in the ball game.
60-60 our score here. The Panthers have the basketball underneath the goal. The Panthers have the basketball underneath the goal. Trying to retake the lead here. They've led on a couple of occasions here as that ball is deflected out by the Wildcats. Flip Thompson, the Wildcats playing with Flip. Darren Osborne, Jamison Updegraff, Kel Slater, and Lucas Searcy. Powell basketball, trying to get it in. They have to call a timeout to save possession. There's some pretty good defense there by the Wildcats. Lady Wildcats won their ball game and moved into a first-place tie with the Lady Panthers. Powell, all they had to do was beat Oak Ridge, and it would be nearly impossible for the Lady Wildcats to win the district, but Oak Ridge took care of business, and that's an understatement. They just jumped on them early, never trailed in the ball game, pounded them, and didn't get handshakes from them at the end of the ball game. And that means you've done something right here when you've totally humiliated and some sportsmanship didn't kind of happen for the Lady Panthers. But I can understand that. You come expecting to win after you won the first time, and they hate Oak Ridge. We don't much care for Powell. But totally different kind of a game. Huge win.
It really was, David. It's a great game to watch and get to experience live. So, phenomenal game by the Lady Wildcats. Kudos to Coach Taylor for, a great game plan and to the players for executing it to perfection.
And that's 4 in a row for the Lady Wildcats. The JV won 70-48, but the guys in danger of being upset by the Powell team here. 60-60 our score. Still a lot of basketball to be played, but I don't like the way this one's trending. We got to get the ball in the hands of Kell, and he's got to drive with the basketball. They got to give up shooting threes as here comes the deflection, and then a steal by Lucas Searcy. Wildcat basketball. Got to take advantage of it. I want the ball in the hands of Kell Slater. Let him drive and then penetrate and kick it out if need be as he works the ball out to top to Lucas Searcy. Lucas double team. Ball is deflected, saved by Kell. Kell works the ball top of the key, dribbles in, penetrates, goes up, and the ball's knocked out of bounds by Powell. They're doing a good job really not allowing Kell to do much of anything like driving like he likes to do.
Yeah, they really are converging on him every time he drives, which, should allow someone else to be open on the outside that he could kick it to. It's a nice shot up by Jamison Updegraff. Him now with 11 points in the ballgame, David.
62-60, the Wildcats up by 2, but they've got to get some stops on defense here. They can't continue to trade baskets. You got to do something with Walls here, too. With the basketball will come the Panthers out to the top. That's Aiden Green for 3. It's good. Like I tell you, they give up too many threes, and the Wildcats trail 62-63. Oak Ridge basketball. Kel Slater with the basketball. Got to guard people. It's not that hard. Kel Slater with a nice bucket. Shot is good. And the Wildcats retake the lead 64-63. Guard somebody. Eli Walls with it on the top of the circle. 4:38 to play. Holding the ball, looks to Aiden Green. Back to Walls it goes. Back to Green. Aiden goes in for the shot. It is good. Wildcats just giving up point after point after point, and they trail 65-64. With the basketball will come Oak Ridge as Lucas Searcy drives to the hole. Shot is no good. Rebounded, and a foul is going to be called on the shot. Lucas Searcy is going to go to the free throw line. The Wildcats have shot the ball pretty well tonight from three-point range, but they've just entirely given up way too many points, Mark.
Yeah, they have. And, just kind of looking at them, they're not in the typical defensive stance that you usually see from a Coach Green team. I mean, Kel Slater's just kind of got his hands down at his knees almost, when Powell is on the, on offense. And you really got to get your hands, got to be in a defensive position and be ready with your arms out, ready to, disrupt the offensive player.
That's what I was telling you. The energy level has not been as strong as it normally is. The Wildcats retake the lead 66-65, 4:17 to play in the ball game. Darren Osborne comes out of the game. The Wildcats have a small lineup in. Powell is bigger, and they've taken advantage of that tonight. Here they come down the floor, trailing by 1. 4:13 to play in the ball game. 66-65. Wildcats, watching them work the ball out. The Wildcats need to get some stops on defense. They look the ball out to the top of the key, backing it up once again. Good number 4, he dribbles the ball to the top of the key to Green. Guarded by Updegraff, holds the ball. Now drives on Updegraff, penetrates in, three-pointer. No good. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Lucas has it. The Wildcats with a 1-point lead and the ball. 3:45 to play. Lucas Searcy thought about driving. Will take it strong. Pull up. No place to go but back. Kell. Round the left side to Jamison Updegraff. He turns the ball over. Taken away by the Panthers. Number 11 with the basketball. That is D. Kimbrough. They work the ball down low. Need some help there. Here's a shot. Good. Ball just shot over the top of Lucas, and the Wildcats trail now 67-66. Turnovers have been a huge problem. The Wildcats working into Lucas. Lucas gets a layup. Good. Wildcats are able to get the ball inside, and they lead again by 1, 69-68. 3:09 to play. The Wildcats need to stop on defense. Way outside the three-point line. They work it out. Top of the circle, number 2 with it. Austin Hurd works the ball to his right to number 13, Caleb Walker. Walker holds the ball, gives it out to Green. Aiden Green. Powell trying to upset the Wildcats on their home floor here. 68-67 the score. 2:48 to play in the ball game. Powell working time here. 5-second count was on. Thought about shooting a 3. Here's Kennebrew. He's going to take a 10-footer. That's a terrible shot. Poor selection there by the Panthers. The Wildcats have it. Kel Slater, coast to coast, drives in. He's fouled. Personal foul called against the Panthers. Very, very poor shot selection by D. Kennebrew there on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Powell Panthers, but I would assume that Kennebrew's more out there for his defense than his offense, because that was a very bizarre shot that he took there, and it was not pretty. But his defense is stellar.
Wildcats get a bucket and a foul. Great inbounds play. Inbounded by Jamison Updegraff to Kel Slater, and the Wildcats have a 3-point lead. That is a huge, huge play for the Wildcats.
It really was. Kel now with 20 points in the ballgame, 20 of the 70 that the Wildcats have, able to have an opportunity to extend it even more to hopefully take a 4-point lead here.
Kind of rushed the shot and missed it. Rebound to the Panthers. 3-point game, 2:28 to play. Here come the Panthers down the floor. With the basketball will come number 4. That's Walls. They set for a 3 and a tie game. I tell you, we give up way too many three-pointers. Seen it all season long, and here come the Wildcats down the floor.
Nice.
They work it into Lucas. He turns, he spins, he drives, kicks it out to Kell. They need this 3. He nailed it! 3-point shot for Kel Slater, and Coach Green will call a timeout. Great penetration by Oak Ridge, and then the kick out, and Kell was able to set his feet and drill it.
Yeah, great job by Lucas Erkey, just finding a seam down there in the paint that he was able to manipulate, and he got the ball down there that converts on him. He kicks it out to Kel Slater, who gets another 3. That's 3 3-pointers he has tonight. He has a total of 23 points.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. Gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Natural gas provides comfort you can feel and savings your family can use. ORUD Natural Gas. To learn more, visit ORUD.org today.
Wildcats going for the triple sweep here. They lead 73-70. Key, though, and I know I probably sound, well, nobody's listening to me, but no, I probably sound a little bit frustrated, but the Wildcats can play much better defense than they've played here tonight. I think Coach Green's going to talk about energy when he comes up here to talk to me after the ball game. Wildcats have shot the ball okay, but defensively, to give up 70 points, he's not going to like that. They've got to not give up a three right here. They've got to guard. And there's a nice play. Ball knocked out of bounds on a good play by Jamison Updegraff. 2:03 to play in the ball game. 73-70. The Wildcats need to stop here. Oak Ridge going for the triple sweep here tonight. 73-70 as the ball's worked in, and Kell almost steals it. They're going to call a foul on Kell Slater. Just a little bit too aggressive that time. Hacks number 13, Caleb Walker, on the wrist there. 2:02 to play. The Wildcats are going to back off just a bit as the Panthers try to work the ball in. And it comes to Aiden Green. Gets the ball across the line right in front of the Powell bench, down to our right. He lost the ball. Picked up on the floor by Kell Slater. And then Kell calls a timeout to save possession. That's a great play by Kell Slater, who just a moment ago hit a big three-point shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's really carrying the Wildcats tonight. He and Lucas Searcy both with 23 points. But Kell Slater, I mean, it's kind of like the team goes the way he goes. When he starts taking over, it just builds confidence throughout the entire team, David.
Yeah, but typically, I think one thing that's really lacking tonight, and it's the D word, I mean, it's defense. I mean, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face here. The Wildcats have given up way too many easy shots, and they've given up a ton of threes, too. And right now, but, you know, as I look at it here, this is a typical Oak Ridge Powell ball game. I don't know why I'm frustrated. This is a typical Oak Ridge Powell game. This is the way they always go.
Yeah, I think, you know, your frustration is probably from watching them over the break as they played, you know, the better teams in, let me see, they went to Nashville and they went somewhere else.
They went the Loudon tournament, yeah.
Right, yeah. So I saw some of the games in Loudon, and I know that you said that the games that they played outside of Nashville, they played some really tough competition.
Yeah, the number one team in the state, Brentwood Academy, and they played them they could have won the ball game, actually. As the Wildcats have the ball, leading by 3. Got to have good possessions here. And Caden Updegraff will inbound it. Minute 54 and counting in the ball game. Oak Ridge on top. Here comes the trap about to be set on Kelly. Works the ball to Flip, who swings the ball along the baseline. The Wildcats up by 3 with the ball. Minute 45 to play in the game. 73-70 the score. Mark, what's the foul situation team-wise?
Oak Ridge has 4, and Powell has 6.
Here's a 3 by Oak Ridge. Good! It's a big, big shot by Jamison Updegraff, and the Wildcat lead is 6.
Boy, did we need that one, David. Nice shot. As Powell comes the other way, and they get charged with a charge on Aiden Green. Nice job setting up for the charge there by the Wildcats.
Great confidence by Jamison. 76-70, the Wildcats by 6. A minute 23 to play. Aiden's going to come towards he's going to stay in the ball game. Actually, he's going to come out, and Kennebrew's going to check in. How many fouls is that on Aiden?
I've got Aiden with just, 3.
Wildcats break the press, and Lucas Searcy has his shot blocked, and he's fouled. Lucas Searcy will go to the free throw line. So the Wildcats were tied 70-70. Then Kell hit a shot with 2:06 to play. Then Jamison Updegraff just a moment ago knocks down a 3. The Wildcats trying to extend it out here with a 2-shot foul with Lucas Searcy going to the free throw line. He puts the first toss up there. Good. A 7-point advantage for the Wildcats.
With Lucas Searcy leading the Wildcats now, David, with 24 points, as the Wildcats have a 7-point lead with 1:17 remaining in the ball game.
73% free throw shooter knocks them both down. It's now 78-70. A minute 17 to play. Here comes the Panthers down the floor. Not over yet here, but I'm feeling a lot better than I did with about the 2:10 mark of the game. Kennebrew with the basketball. It all kind of goes back, honestly, to that terrible Kennebrew shot. He's got the ball once again to Aiden Green. Minute to play here. throws up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Powell. Walls with it and taken away by the Wildcats, Lucas Searcy. 57 seconds to play. It was 70-70 when Kennebrew took that shot, Mark, and I think since that time it's been all Oak Ridge. Here comes Kell driving right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right, David. I mean, what a momentum shift as now Powell starts the intentional fouling as number 22 for them, Aiden Green, picks up his third foul as to the line will go Flip Thompson.
Aiden Green's a big-time prospect in college football. He's a great receiver for the Panthers as Flip does go to the free throw line. He'll have the first shot up there. Good. 79-70, 9 straight points for the Wildcats, Mark. The Wildcats back up by 9, 79-70. By 9 it holds as the free throw is missed. Down the floor will come the Panthers. Powell moving right to left here. Working the ball down the floor. Walls, he's going to be fouled by Flip Thompson. 34 seconds to play. The Wildcats by 9, 79-70, going for the triple sweep here. Coach Green will join me. We'll have the final stats as well. The Wildcats in good shape right now, Mark. 34 seconds to play, up by 9. 3-possession ball game as Aiden tries to work the ball in. He does to Walls, got Caden up in the air. They go in for the shot. No good. Rebound by the Wildcats. Oak Ridge comes down with it. Lucas trying to get fouled, and he finally was. Lucas pulled down the board, and, you know, you can look at the Powell Panthers here, and I don't feel sorry for them at all, but they played a whale of a ball game and almost pulled off the huge upset here tonight.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they have not given up one bit either, David. You know, their fortitude is what has kept them in this game. You know, Oak Ridge, as you said, took a big lead out front, and, you know, Powell just chiseled at it, and they ended up tying it up or getting it close to being tied at half, and then they actually took the lead immediately in the third quarter, as I remember.
Oak Ridge was up 17 points in the second quarter and then lost the lead, but Wildcats are going to win this one as Lucas hits both free throws here. We're down to 24 seconds to play here. The Wildcats are going to stave off the upset here as Walls gets a fadeaway jumper up, no good, and that's going to do it here. I don't even think that Powell will foul now. The Wildcats have defeated the Powell Panthers by a final score of 81-70 as the final 10 seconds are countdown. But the Wildcats know they can't just show up and win a ball game, Mark. They've got to play to the very last second because teams like Powell are going to give them their best game every single time, and that's what the Panthers did here tonight.